It's another beautiful morning here at Big Bend National Park. I am on my way to Ward Mountain, which is about 2 miles off trail from the trail crest of the Laguna Meadows trail. Yeah, I think Ward Mountain is the westernmost high point, or at least named high point in the Chisos Mountains. So the plan is to head up to the Laguna Meadows trail crest, hit a few of the high points along the way, and just take the ridge kind of west and then north to Ward. Okay, so I'm heading right on the Laguna Meadows trail. It's gonna be about 3.7 miles from here, somewhere up into the gap there. So there's Emery Peak there. I think my highest point on this trail will be around 7,000, somewhere up there, and Emery I think is 7,800 something. This soil here is a little bit different. It's almost like it's full of iron. And I remember as a kid in 29 Palms, California, between 1985 and 1988, collecting iron out of the sand with magnets. I wish I had a magnet right now, I would try it. Yeah, definitely a little bit different soil here. Yeah, moving to Texas and then starting to come out here to the desert has kind of rekindled a lot of good memories from childhood. All that stuff comes back and I think, man, I kind of loved it out there when I was little. Okay, I think I'm pretty much at trail crest here. I just have to get down a little ways and then there should be a trail. Actually, maybe here it is right here. This is a campsite. But there should be another trail that branches off to Laguna Meadows. I'm heading back to that campsite. I'm gonna take that trail. I think that's the one. Okay, yeah, here it is again. I better be quiet just in case anyone's here sleeping. But this should lead me where I want to go. Okay, I just went off trail. So this is my first high point up here. It's an elevation point, 70. And then I'll be walking down into the canyon and then climbing up the other side to the next high point, which is over there. And then I'll be on the further ridge out there and that'll take me out to Ward Mountain. Okay, here's the summit marker of 70. First peak of the day. Now I have to go down into the canyon and then up again to the next high peak, which is on the other side. Okay, that's where I came from. Descended into the canyon and climbed up. A lot of the vegetation was pretty thick, but this is 7150, I believe. And then I think the one on the left out there is Ward Mountain. That's my target. It's a long way, a lot of walking. There's 2 other high points in between. I have to get over to both of those. Okay, I was walking the ridge and then descended actually on the other side of this high point right here, kind of skirted around it on the east side. So I'm basically on the western edge of the Chisos Mountains here. My next high point is not here, it's this one over there. So I just have a little further down to go, then I'm going to kind of skirt this next higher section and just work my way up to the summit up here, and then Ward Mountain will be after that. Okay, looking at Ward Mountain there, I made it to the top of point 6935. So Ward Mountain is listed as 10 feet lower than here. It does look actually higher, but that's my last destination for today. I think I can make it over there. There's Emery Peak over there, and I came from point 7155 over there. Okay, made it to the summit of Ward Mountain. I think this is the westernmost high point in the Chisos Mountains. So there's Emery Peak there, Coal Mountain in the middle, Casa Grande a little further back. I came from over there. So what I'm going to do is basically get back to that saddle and then work my way into the canyon. I hope that I won't have anything that I have to, or that's, not climbable. I think from what I saw further back, it was pretty level, at least higher up, but down a little further, I know it gets steeper, but I think right after that point, I should be okay. So I'm going to do that. I could possibly try to come down the western side over here and work my way back to the Oak Springs Trail. But if I run into anything I can't climb down and I have to climb a long way back up, I'm just gonna really wear myself out. So I don't want to get into that situation. I'm gonna go back the way I came and then get into the canyon and just kind of take that back up to the trail. So I'm gonna rest in the shade here for a few minutes and then get started back. But this is the summit of Ward Mountain, elevation 6,925. Okay, I just worked my way from over there off of Ward Mountain, skirting the west side of Cattail Canyon. And that was the other high point up here. I think high point 6935. So when I came down, climbed it, I was in that gap over there, saddle. But I see the canyon floor now. Doesn't look too bad, not too far down. So I'm gonna get down into there. If there does happen to be some kind of cliff or something, I think the sides of it shouldn't be too steep. I should be able to climb around it if I need to, but otherwise, it may just be a pretty basic hike up the wash. So I'm gonna get down into the canyon and then just work my way back up to Laguna Meadows, and then it'll be down the trail from there. I'm down in the canyon, down in the wash. There still is some water in there. This is somewhat of a creek. I did see a couple snakes. Actually, yeah, there's one right there. I don't know if I'll get him or not, but I'm gonna zoom in. It's hard for me to see with the glare. So yeah, there's a snake right there. I do have my snake pants on. Just watch out for those. I don't know what they are, but you never know. There it is. And I just have to make my way back up. The snakes are all actually afraid of me. They're swimming and sliding away whenever I get close. But I saw this from above. It's a dam here, an old dam. No pond or anything behind it, it's dry. But I have to go left here, and that should take me back up to the Laguna Meadows trail. The water has basically disappeared now, getting a little bit more forested. And I should be maybe a quarter mile or so from the point, the first high point that I did, where I came down and where I went up to the second high point. There shouldn't be too much further after that. And I was just thinking to myself that I really made a wise decision coming back this way versus trying to climb down the west face of Ward Mountain. I mean, who knows, maybe I would have made it, but I would have descended lower into the desert, so it would have been a lot hotter. And again, there could have been something I couldn't climb down. So yeah, definitely made the right decision. I think that's where I came down from, so not too much further. Well, I'm back on the trail that leads to a campsite. I already passed one campsite, actually two of them. Here's a look at Laguna Meadow here, I guess. The other trail is over there, Laguna Meadows Trail. And up there is Emery Peak. Pretty cool view of it from here. Okay, back to the Laguna Meadows Trail. I'm gonna take a break right here in the shade, get the snake pants off, get some food, get some water, and then start back down. Well, it feels nice to be back here. Okay, made it back to the trailhead. I'm gonna check my time as soon as my phone turns back on. Round trip. See, it's 1:04 right now. I started at 7:20 approximately. So A little bit less than 6 hours. This is one where I definitely felt like giving up a few times, but I'm glad I pushed through and made it. I had with me over a gallon of water. I had a gallon, well, between that water and Powerade, a gallon, and then another 16-ounce water bottle. I'm almost out, so I made it. I had enough to spare, but I probably could have used more. I'm gonna get back to the car here now and just start the recovery process, and then get on to El Paso. I may not be viewing the actual summit because there's another point a little further, but Ward may be the one on the right of the one that's a little higher. Anyways, right around there. Anyways, that's Ward Mountain. I guess I kind of took the easy way up versus coming up there. Really glad I did not try to go down that way now. I'd probably still be out there. All right, that was the hike of Ward Mountain.